Welcome, Internet. This is Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, reporting to you from the wilderness. But I am doing another Transformers review for you today. Today I'm reviewing the Studio Series Starscream. And this figure is actually pretty interesting. It is almost perfectly a scaled up version of the Dark of the Moon deluxe class Starscream. Like, it is basically the same figure, just Voyager class instead of deluxe class, which is not a bad thing at all. I mean, that was a fantastic figure. I think I prefer the leader class in a lot of ways. Though this does have some nice things that the leader class figure doesn't have. But yeah, it's basically the exact same figure. But he looks really good from the front and the back. Got some pegs on here. He does come with his sole accessory here, which is this thing. You fold up his arm here like that. His hand has got a slot and a tab. And then you take this and you plug that into there. And then you turn his arm around. And I mean, I don't know that you're really supposed to turn the arm around, but if you look at this toy, if you look at this accessory, you've got a side that has lots of detail and whatnot, and the side that has the pegs and the hollows and whatnot. So, like, this is the display side, this is the back side of it, I feel. And this thing is keyed with it. It only goes in one way. And so, like, that's really the way it goes. You got to turn his arm around, which isn't a problem, you know. His elbow doesn't bend that way, but he's got this like secondary elbow up here that bends just fine. This is Starscream as he showed up in the first movie, so he doesn't have the like tribal markings on him, which is great. I actually think that the tribal markings were kind of silly because they're supposed to be robots in disguise, and if it doesn't look like any real world vehicle, how good of a disguise could it really be? Let's be honest. But yeah, he's a good figure. His head articulation, head bends, goes pretty much all the way around. It's got that weird oblong head that we're used to getting from the movie figure. He does have, this is new. The deluxe class figure didn't have this. So if he's flying around and he's got, so this is the peg to put him on the stand on his vehicle mode. He actually has another peg down here. And it'll like a Tamashii Nations stand, you know, the Soul stand or whatnot, or a bunch of different stuff have got that size peg for it. But you can actually stick him here and have him flying around, and have his head up so you can look forward more or less. So that, yeah, that's a feature that the deluxe class figure didn't actually have at all. So another thing is this panel right here. The deluxe class figure didn't have that either. Just this one here. So that's the head articulation. He's got shoulder moves out all the way. He's got his secondary elbow joint, like I mentioned. But you're basically going to be using this one here. Hand is on a ball joint, which is, as I recall, was not on a ball joint on the deluxe class figure. But it means that he has some wrist articulation, which is something that I'm not sure we've got on a Starscream yet. That's nice. No waist articulation, but that's par for course for this. The leg goes forward that much. He can kick himself in the face. Goes back all the way. He gets like 120% Van Damme. No actual like hip swivel, but it does have this little hinge here. Allows it to move a bit and accommodate a pseudo swivel. He's got the, like, you know, digitigrade legs here, so he's got a joint here, and then he's got a joint here, and this joint here has got a swivel. little bit of toe bend here, mostly just a transformation thing, but you know, you can use it. You can use it if you so desire. So fairly posable, fairly well detailed. I'm actually quite pleased with the way this guy looks. He looks really good, actually. But let's get him transferred. I'm going to take this out here, put this aside for just a moment. I usually start with just pulling this panel back a little bit, opening up this panel here, and then this whole section here. You'll see it's on, there's a hinge here and a hinge here. You want to pull it on this bend of this one, unbend rather, this joint first. That's going to kind of pull all this stuff out. You can untab this panel here. It's tabbed in with just these two tabs right here. Untab that, and that opens up, that frees these parts of the wings. Let's put his arms out to the side. So these will fold down, and this panel folds in, and then that folds in, like that, in. So these are going to kind of go like this, and this is going to kind of lay in wait for a moment. We're going to just take care of the arms at first. So the arm, we're going to, there's a joint in here, we're going to bend that in and then just leave that for now. So bend it in, leave that for now. We're going to maneuver it into place. Alrighty. So there's a tab here and a slot in there. That tab is going to go into that slot. Whoa, I got this backwards. There we go. Tab goes into that slot. And then furthermore, this tab on the back of the hand is going to go onto, this slot on the back of the hand is going to go into that tab. So you've got a tab, you've got a slot. Jeez, wants to focus on the wilderness instead of the guy. You got a slot here that goes into this tab. And then you got a slot on the back of the hand that goes into the other tab. And the whole thing just kind of compacts in. Like so. And then this panel just comes down, hides the head real well. And now we're going to focus on the legs. To do that, we're going to extend out this joint here. Extend that out. We're going to bend these in. There's a tab on this leg and a slot on this leg. They're going to tab together quite securely. We're going to extend out the toe as much as it goes and then fold it up. Tab, slot. You know the drill. Now we're in the home stretch here. We're going to take this again, tab, slot, tab, slot. There we go. Keep in mind this is on a double joint here, so make sure you're doing the right one. And then this is going to, see how these are kind of raised up? We're just going to push them down and down. And that's it for that. Raise these tail fins up. And that is Starscream in his vehicle mode. It looks really good from this side. Like really, really, really good from this side. Not so great from this side, but you know what? Welcome to Transformers. He does have, his heel is actually landing gear now in this mode. He's got a landing gear right here. He'll land on those quite nicely. This right here has got two little slots there, two tabs there. You can stick this on the back. So he's got weapon storage. This is of all the Studio series. Well, I don't know. The Leader Class Blackout had pretty good weapon storage. but most of them that I've had have got pretty atrocious weapon storage, but they do have weapon storage. So they're like Voyager class Starscream. He's a great figure if you have the deluxe class Starscream and you want to get like a bigger one. This is the one to get for sure. It is a larger version of a really good figure, and on the merit of the figure being what it is, I definitely recommend it. But furthermore, I want to point out that the studio series, they all scale with each other. Like you get them all, and they become a set. And if you're interested in collecting that set, collecting what has turned out to be a lot of definitive movie figures, definitely get it. They're all going to look great together. I think I'm actually going to do a review of the line as a whole once I get them all, and so look forward to that once I have it all squared away. He does, of course, also come with all the other studio series. He does come with the little backdrop thing, and it shows a scene from the first movie, but I don't have that on me because I didn't pack it when I went camping. So whatever. Anyhow, hey everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for sitting through my video. Made it a little shorter than normal today. But everybody, you be good to each other. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.